Hello, and welcome to Go Fund This, a podcast from Nerds Domain. In these episodes, we'll be talking to crowdfund project managers about their projects and what excites them. Come listen as we talk about the passion they have for their project. Hi everybody, and welcome back to Go Fund This. This week, or today, I'm talking with Adam Crossingham of Sixtystone Press. Say hi, Adam.
Hi, guys.
We're here to talk about your Kickstarter project called the Masks of Nyarlathotep Companion.
Yes, we are. I'm glad you pronounced it, not me.
Well, I've done 86 episodes of pronouncing Masks of Nyarlathotep for our other podcasts, so I have a little bit of practice. Well, great. We're going to get into your project, but first I want to talk about two really important questions. We ask these of everybody, and these are really to let us know a little bit more about you as a person.
Okay.
So, question number one. In the impending zombie apocalypse, what is your weapon of choice?
My weapon of choice? I think it might be a G36K.
Wow, okay, that's very specific. I like that. What is a G36K?
Well, G36 is the German Army standard issue assault rifle. The K is the Kurtz's short version.
I see. Well, so you, really prepared for that then. Okay, good. Then second question, of all of the sci-fi that you know, what is the planet you would most want to visit?
Planet I'd most want to visit? Oh, crumbs. Let me think about that one. You've got me stumped on that. Wasn't expecting that's a real one. I better say something quick. Yep. I always fancied Naboo, actually.
Naboo, that's the second time we've heard that one, yeah.
It's the architecture. Not so much the underwater bit, but the above ground bit looks very nice.
Right on. Okay, yeah. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about your project and kind of your sales pitch. Why don't we start with what exactly is Masks of Nyarlathotep, and why does it need a companion?
Well, Masks of Nyarlathotep, I'll call it Masks for short.
Good call.
It's the first great role-playing campaign. There have been others afterwards, so I'm not going to name them, but Masks was the first, and set the standard for everything that followed. Which is a rip-roaring, pulp-infused adventure that takes you around the world. It's, quite frankly, it came out at the time that Indiana Jones movies were out, and, I would say it's, Indiana Jones on a really bad day.
Okay.
It needs a companion. Well, I'm not sure it does, but the Masks Companion is like 600 pages of the assembled wisdom of yogsophoth.com in running it, distilled into one book. Okay.
So you've taken what I consider to be a very large story for Call of Cthulhu and expanded on just about everything, right?
Pretty much, yes.
And not just expanding on what's already in there, but given some extra side quest stuff and some distractions and more depth and personality to the overall story.
Absolutely, because no published scenario ever survives contact with the players.
No, it doesn't.
So it always is going to go awry somewhere. So the Masks Companion has something for that when that happens.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about Sixtystone Press and yogsophoth.com or .org.
Okay, well, Sixtystone Press is my own imprint. I founded it about 3 years ago in order to produce Call of Cthulhu material. Prior to that, I was the editor of Worlds of Cthulhu magazine, and prior to that, I was the editor of the Black Seal fanzine. So I was quite into producing stuff. The aim of Sixtystone stuff is to produce cool Call of Cthulhu material. Chaosium does a great job. The other companies do a bang-up job. but Sixtystone is where I produce the stuff I'd like to see. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be everyone's cup of tea or to their taste. Hopefully it will. But that's the aim of it. It's to produce cool stuff that I think is cool. And hopefully you will agree with me. Now, yogg-sothoth.com is the premier Lovecraft and Call of Cthulhu site on the interweb. It's been going 17 years, thousands of users. It's a lively forum where stuff is debated day in and day out. And the Masks Companion is a fundraiser in order to let Paul McLean, who's the webmaster, run yogg-sothoth.com a little more easily than currently.
Okay. So this is a culmination of the users over at Yogg-Sothoth, and you've put it together, and the money is going to go right back into the
100% of the net profits will be going to yogg-sothoth.com.
Okay. And Yogg-Sothoth, just so that the users are aware, I've used it several times. Every time I do any kind of research on what do I want to do next, or what do we want to run for Masks, or what do we want to run for the podcast for Masks, I end up on Yogg-Sothoth because it's full. It's got a very thorough wiki. It's not just forums. And the forums, everybody's very interactive, even with new people. So I've been very impressed with everything they're doing.
Yeah, it was a great place. The feedback you get is wonderful.
Your initial goal was £6,000.
Yep.
And you've gone a little over that.
Just a little bit.
So you've raised £20,000, and I would say you're still going to keep growing. You've got 24 days left.
Yes.
Did you think the project was going to be this big of a hit?
No, to a certain extent, we lowballed it to start with. Our initial goal was we thought something that was credible and achievable. Our costs for the whole thing was approximately a third of what we asked for.
Okay.
So, and I think by the time we finish now, we should be able to. I don't know if it finished today. I think we might make £10,000 net from the Kickstarter, because we're using print on demand, so we don't get economies of scale for printing, I'm afraid. Mm-hmm. But we do have bonuses on the distribution and the warehousing. We don't have to worry about that.
Excellent.
But it's gone so well. I didn't expect to do the traffic we did in the first 3 days, which was phenomenal.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and you guys have lots of different levels. Everything from just PDF copies at £15 all the way up to what is now all gone, special limited edition hardback. That there were 50 available and there are no longer any. And you did that twice too, didn't you? Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a bit of a collector, so I put something in for the collectors.
Absolutely. So this has been kind of a project that everybody's worked on, and they will all be in the book.
Yeah.
But we were talking earlier. Dave Sokolowski from He Who Laughs Last Kickstarter, which we did about a year ago. You said he was one of the main contributors.
Yeah.
Have you guys been reworking this so it's a little more smooth? What's the difference between what's available now and what we'll get at the end of this project?
Well, it's going to be reproofed and re-edited, and also it's going to be reordered because we've hit the stretch goals. So we're going to have to take the pages apart, put them back together in different orders to make them fit better. Mm-hmm. The stretch goals are quite significant, and we'll be adding significantly to the Shanghai chapter. And we're about to announce a new stretch goal, which hopefully we will hit, which is going to be an expansion of the Australian chapter, which at the moment is the shortest of the 5.
Okay. Excellent. So looking at this, you guys have all kinds of different levels, but it is really just the book. That's what you're looking to give out. Mm-hmm. And lots of different versions. So you've got the Black Pharaoh edition, which is going to be a paper, PDF, softback, and hardback, but then the Bloody Tongue limited edition. And then there will be another version that will be for sale after the Kickstarter through Chaosium.
Yeah.
I lost the name of that one, though.
Sandbat edition.
There you go. Yeah. And these are all names taken directly from the adventure. Actually, all of your levels are tie-ins to that.
Yeah, they're all the various cults that you meet in the various geographic locations.
I really like this. I can tell you from my experience that there's so much option. There's so many options in this, and it's such a large story that it, adding more stuff on and really filling things out is helpful. But also just answering those questions of what happens when the investigators go a little off.
Yeah.
Is helpful as well.
We do have a section about what happens if you're a TPK.
Yeah, and there are, unlike Cthulhu, where there are a lot of options for that kind of thing. In this specific adventure, you see elder gods more than once, and it can go very badly.
Yes, just a little bit.
I mean, we have found, and we've not finished Shanghai, but we have found that the Egypt chapter seemed the most dangerous. I think we lost 4 characters, 5 if you count the travel 2. Just in Egypt.
Yeah.
And there's been some revolving door stuff there going with characters.
Yes. I think the classic advice is to have one character and have a backup character who's travelling, or your first character is sending messages to. They can turn up and take over.
Yeah, absolutely. So it looks like the plan was originally, and I'm not sure how this breaks down now that you've gone so much farther beyond your original budget, but that 51% of this was going to go straight to Yog-Sothoth.
Yeah. Is
that still the plan, or is that kind of in flux because of the change in scope?
That 51% was based on our £6,000 goal. The fact that we're at 20,000 now, just under 21, is that 51% will grow.
Okay.
Because the remaining 49% was fixed. That was a £2,000 cost or so. And that was just producing contributors' copies and sundry items like book plates and stuff. Now, the books themselves will come out of that cost. I must admit, I haven't done a spreadsheet as yet. I'm guesstimating that, we should get something like 10,000 off the 21,000 result. So, approximately 50%.
Still more than enough to help out with the website.
Definitely.
Great.
I think Paul said at one point it was, either 10 or 20,000 pounds a year to run yogsothoth.com.
Okay.
So, we're going to end up giving a sizable chunk of that to him.
Excellent. Anything that you want to point out from the adventure or from the companion that really spoke to you, that really helps bring this together, or something, especially from the companion that you really like that helps expound on the adventure a little bit, that you think makes it much better?
My particular favourites are the keeper's notes of each chapter. So we've got one for New York, London, Cairo, Nairobi, and Shanghai, and they are relatively short. Well, maybe sometimes 50 pages, but it's how you get there, what hotels there are when you get there, where the hospitals are, where the insane asylums are, the money, how you get public transport. It's all that little stuff that's useful to know.
Yeah, and it sounds like it helps the adventure come alive a little bit more.
Absolutely. I mean, it's stuff. Call of Cthulhu has always been a game about historical detail as well as horror, and I think these articles give a certain amount of accuracy to the keeper when he says, you get off the train in London. And it's this station. You can walk out onto the streets, and you can see this hotel, or something similar to that. I think that adds an element of immediacy.
Absolutely. Well, excellent. Are you guys going to be showing the companion off anywhere specific? Is there any way where you can see you guys?
We did have, we toted it round the last Dragon meet in London in December, and we had some video there. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get that edited in time for the Kickstarter launch, but it may well end up on the site at some point.
Excellent. Excellent. And is this do you plan another kind of project like this in the future to help Yog-Sothoth again, or is this kind of just a one-off kind of deal? This is
a one-off deal for yogsothoth.com, but hopefully, if it's successful, Sixtystone may be using it for their other books. We've got 3 projects in the pipeline that we'd really like to get out, which are Ghouls, the Eaters of Death, Unhallowed Wizardry, and Colonial Lovecraft Country. Colonial Lovecraft Country, in particular, I think would be very worthy of a Kickstarter and could make it a fantastic project.
Well, excellent. We'll be looking out for that. Well, this is great. The only downside I see to the project is that we already started our adventure, and I'm far past where I need help already. But I do love backing this kind of stuff, and I'm going to do that right now. I just have to decide on a level. But I am going to back this project, and I have to talk to myself into whichever level I think is best. But I encourage our listeners, if you're a lover of Call of Cthulhu and longer adventures, Masks I think is fantastic. And this companion, I think, is just going to enhance that, right?
Absolutely, yes. I mean, the level and accuracy of your campaign after getting this companion will go through the roof. And your players will love it or hate you for it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I have a little bit of both of those. When we talked to our my podcast host for our podcast, I said, what is your favorite thing? And that wasn't just... the Call of Cthulhu is its own podcast by itself, but we do another podcast called Nerds Domain Podcast. And I was talking to them on the Nerds Domain Podcast about what their favorite thing about podcasting has been so far, and every bit of it has been, this Call of Cthulhu thing, Masks, has been great, and then you killed us, and it was still great, and we really liked it. So there's definitely something there.
I think if the players go out in a meaningful manner, then they always come back for more.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we can find you over at google.com/plus60stone press.
Indeed.
And then your website is at sixtystonepress.co.uk.
Yep.
And then listeners, you can go to tinyurl.com/companionkick, and that will take you right to the Kickstarter. You can get right in there, find a level that you like, and pledge. I think I'm going to go ahead and go with the PDF since I have Masks in a PDF. I kind of wish I had a nice hardbound copy or a big, thick softback, but I'm going to keep it with the PDF since it seems to be working so far.
Cool.
Anything else you want to point out, Adam?
We have some stretch goals we are going to be announcing very shortly, and hopefully people will like those. And finally, I'd like to say a very big thank you to everybody who's backed the Kickstarter so far, and a future thank you to anybody who is going to in the near future.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, you can always find us on Facebook and on Twitter. You can head over to /loot and check out our shirts. And we want to thank Jarby McCoy for our music. And we will talk to you guys real soon.
This has been a production of the Omega Nerds Network, the network where it's on.